pills in this, honey. 8 weeks? You got time to go out and get you a sergeant.
Girl, Karlissa came online to react to Blueface's baby mama circus, and somehow the whole thing turned into a family reunion from hell. A DNA courtroom and a Zeus Network parking lot argument all at once. She was supposed to calm the rumors down, but instead she started talking about pregnancies, timing, clout, babies, abortion windows, Ashley being a threat, and why Blueface may just have to wait until the baby gets here before anybody knows what is really going on. And just when the internet thought it could breathe, Mr. Sappho jumped into the background like a retired WWE villain with a microphone and started throwing shade at Karlissa's family tree, her alleged bald spot, and even dropped that wild incest joke like he was trying to get dragged before dinner. So now fans are staring at this live like, wait, are we discussing Blueface's baby mama drama? Or did Karlissa accidentally unlock the secret bonus episode where everybody gets exposed? Because once the DNA talk, Ashley threat, nah, rumors, AI receipts and family roasting started flying, the whole thing got weird fast. And the messiest part had not even hit the screen yet. Now let's get into how this whole thing even started. Because Karlissa did not just hop online with a casual little family update and a cup of tea. No, she came in like the baby mama courthouse, was officially in session, and everybody with a rumor. A receipt, a wig, a nail color, or a pregnancy timeline needed to take a number. Blueface's name was already floating through the internet like somebody threw it into a tornado. But Karlissa made it clear that, at this point, her son cannot just pretend these babies are imaginary because the gossip is uncomfortable. And honestly, that is where the whole live started feeling less like a reaction and more like the opening scene of a messy Netflix documentary where the narrator already knows somebody is lying. Karlissa basically said Blueface has to wait and see what develops. Because if someone is claiming a baby and the dates are lining up enough to create confusion, then the situation cannot just be waved away like a bad Instagram comment. She kept saying he cannot disregard a whole child based on outside noise, other men popping up, or people trying to connect dots from the shadows. That alone had the internet side-eyeing the screen, because when the mama is telling everybody to slow down and wait for proof, you already know the rumor mill has been doing cardio. It gave very much we do not know what is true yet, but we definitely know this family group chat is on fire. And then came the part where Karlissa admitted Blueface allegedly did not plan this baby situation and did not really want it to happen like this. Which instantly made the whole conversation 10 times messier. Because once you say a man did not plan a baby, the internet does not hear responsibility. It hears scandal, panic, and a grown man trying to moonwalk out of biology. Karlissa framed it like if the child is really his, then he still has to show up, because they are not leaving babies hanging out here like abandoned Amazon packages. But the way she explained it had people thinking, okay, so he may be distancing himself now, but if that DNA comes back matching, the circus tent is going right back up. The pregnancy timing became its own side drama too, because Karlissa started questioning why anybody would announce a pregnancy at 8 weeks like they were dropping an album rollout. She said anything can happen that early, and the way she broke it down had the comments acting like they were watching a shady auntie give a TED talk from inside a moving car. Instead of just saying it was too soon, Karlissa turned it into a whole street smart strategy session about timing, clout, and why some people announce before the situation is fully locked in. And that is when viewers realized this was not going to be a sweet grandma moment. This was Karlissa reading the room with a flashlight and AFLAMETHROWER. Because once she started joking about how someone could have found a replacement baby daddy before announcing, the internet lost its mind, like the Kardashians had just walked into family court with WWE entrance music. She was basically saying that if a man is not claiming you and you are early in the pregnancy, some women would move differently, and that comment alone could fuel 3 reaction channels, 4 TikTok debates, and 1 angry Instagram story. It was messy, it was sarcastic, and it was exactly the kind of chaotic advice that makes people gasp and keep watching. Whether people agreed or not, Karlissa knew how to turn one pregnancy rumor into a full-blown courtroom roast session. But underneath the jokes, there was a real tension sitting there. Because the whole situation seemed to be about more than just one alleged pregnancy. Karlissa mentioned people coming out of the woodwork, fans questioning timelines, and the idea that Blueface has been dealing with multiple women while everyone is trying to figure out what is real. That is where the drama started stacking up, like unpaid parking tickets, because now it was not just, is this baby his? It became, how many women are involved, who is telling the truth, and why does every new detail sound worse than the last one? The baby mama conversation turned into a public investigation. And everybody watching suddenly became a detective with WI-V. Then Ashley's name entered the chat. And baby, the temperature changed like somebody opened the door to a Zeus backstage. Fight Karlissa said she thinks Ashley is a threat to the whole Blueface baby mama community because she is beautiful, educated, tall, and apparently giving the kind of energy that makes the other girls uncomfortable. That comment was not small, because once you call one woman a threat, you are basically telling the internet where to aim the spotlight. Suddenly, Ashley was not just another name floating around the drama. She became the polished wild card in a room full of emotional fireworks. Karlissa made it sound like Nas stress, silence, or hesitation might not just be about trolls, but about Ashley being the one girl who changes the entire baby mama scoreboard. And that is where the story got deliciously weird. Because now viewers were not only asking about babies and DNA, they were asking who Blueface really favors, who feels threatened, and who is about to get pushed out of the narrative. This is the kind of drama that turns comment sections into internet courtrooms. Because fans start bringing exhibits, screenshots, old clips, body language analysis, and theories that sound like Marvel multiverse timelines. One minute it is pregnancy talk. The next minute, Ashley is being treated like the final boss of the baby mama universe. Meanwhile, Karlissa kept moving between serious advice and full sarcasm, so fast that the live felt like emotional whiplash, with lip gloss on. She would say something responsible about waiting for the baby and not abandoning children, then immediately swerve into a joke so wild the viewers had to rewind to make sure they heard it right. That kind of delivery is exactly why her lives keep becoming content, because she does not just explain drama. She accidentally manufactures new drama while reacting to the old drama. She is the only person who can walk into a fire holding a bucket of water and somehow leave with fireworks, gasoline, and 3 more people mad at her. And the craziest part is, this was still only the foundation of the mess, because the receipts had not even fully entered the chat yet. The wig situation, the nail polish confusion, the other guy posting shady captions, and Mr. Sappho sitting in the background ready to turn the whole live into a family roast, were all still waiting around the corner. So while Karlissa thought she was breaking down Blueface's baby mama drama, she was really building the stage for something much stranger. Because once the internet heard DNA test energy, Ashley threat talk, early pregnancy shade, and family business slipping out in real time, everybody knew this was not ending quietly. Now this is where the live stopped feeling like a regular reaction and started feeling like the internet had accidentally walked into a family courtroom with no security, no judge, and everybody's auntie holding evidence. Karlissa was already juggling Blueface's alleged baby mama situation, pregnancy timelines, and the question of who he actually knows well enough to trust. But then the conversation started stretching into every corner of the circus. Fans were not just listening anymore. They were pausing, clipping, zooming, comparing, and turning the comments into a messy courtroom where every emoji looked like a witness statement. Because once Ashley got called a threat, the entire temperature changed. Karlissa did not describe Ashley like some random side character wandering through the baby mama lobby. She painted her like the polished woman who walks into a Zeus reunion and makes every microphone start shaking. Tall, beautiful, educated, and apparently not easy to dismiss. Ashley suddenly became the storyline people could not stop watching. It gave very much Kardashian family boardroom meets WWE Royal Rumble. Because while everybody else was arguing over who had what claim, Ashley's name was floating around like the one person. Nobody wanted standing too close to Blueface's spotlight, and that is why the internet grabbed onto that threat to the baby mama community energy like it was breaking news from the messy headquarters. People started acting like Ashley was not just involved in the drama, but changing the whole ranking system. Suddenly, fans were asking if Na was really quiet because of stress, because of the pregnancy, attention, or because Ashley was the one name that made the entire room uncomfortable. And when you have a storyline where one woman is allegedly pregnant, another. And of course, the bald spot moment gave the comments another snack to chew on. When Karlissa asked him about the bald spot and he basically hit her with that no comment energy. The whole live turned into a sitcom with scandal subtitles. It was petty, it was random, and it made the drama feel even stranger because every serious topic kept getting interrupted by a joke that had nothing and everything to do with the mess. That is the kind of chaos reaction channels pray for, because you cannot script a baby mama scandal suddenly turning into a hairline deposition and a family curse debate. By this point, the internet was drowning in layers. There was Blueface allegedly dealing with multiple pregnancy claims, Karlissa questioning early announcements, Ashley being labeled a community threat, Na's alleged receipts getting dissected, AI being blamed for suspicious visuals, and Mr. Sappho turning family history into open mic night. Every new detail made the story louder, not clearer. And that is why part 2 feels like the drama officially broke containment. Because once the people watching realized nobody on that live was fully in control of the conversation, the whole thing became less about answers and more about who was going to slip up next. By the time Karlissa's live started winding down, the damage was already done. Because this was no longer just a reaction to Blueface's baby mama drama, it had become a public family audit, a relationship roast, and a messy internet trial where everybody walked in with one rumor and walked out with 5 new suspicions. The aftermath felt heavier because Karlissa was trying to explain responsibility. But every joke, side comment, and husband-wife jab made the situation look even more unstable. Instead of giving the internet closure, the live gave people more clips to dissect, more theories to build, and more reasons to believe this story was nowhere near finished. The emotional fallout hit hardest because babies were sitting at the center of the mess, and that is where the jokes start turning into something a little more serious. Karlissa kept circling back to the idea that if the children are really Blueface's, then he has to accept them, protect them, and not play games with innocent lives. But the problem is, every time that responsible message tried to land, another wild comment would fly across the screen and drag the conversation back into chaos. That contrast made the live feel like a reality TV finale where somebody is crying, somebody is laughing, and somebody is secretly recording for evidence. And then there was Blueface's reputation, already bruised from public drama, now getting dragged through a whole new storm of pregnancy claims, DNA whispers, and fan confusion. Even if some details remain unproven, the optics alone are enough to make the internet act like it has already entered a verdict. People were watching Karlissa talk about waiting for proof, but they were also hearing all the uncertainty wrapped around the situation. And uncertainty is where gossip channels eat like Thanksgiving. Once the public starts asking who is pregnant, who is credible, who is clout chasing, and who might be telling the truth, the brand damage starts moving faster than the facts. The alliances also looked shaky, because Ashley being described as a threat changed how viewers saw the entire baby mama circle. Suddenly, Ashley was not just a name attached to Blueface's orbit. She was being framed as the woman who might disturb the balance, trigger jealousy, and make everyone else feel like the scoreboard changed overnight. Nah, meanwhile, became part of a different conversation, with Karlissa suggesting she may need to relax if the online pressure is affecting her. So now the audience is looking at Ashley, nah, Karlissa Blueface, and every other woman mentioned like chess pieces in a game nobody admits they are playing. Mr. Sofo's role made the fallout even stranger. Because his comments turned the attention away from Blueface for a minute and put Karlissa herself under the spotlight. He joked about her family, pushed buttons about her background, and gave the internet the kind of husband-wife banter that sounds funny until people start clipping it out of context. Karlissa fired back too, and that made the entire live feel like two separate dramas had crashed into each other on the same highway. One lane had baby mama confusion, and the other lane had family history, marriage jokes, blood test, shade, and old school roasting with no seatbelts. That is where the reputations started collapsing in different directions, because nobody walked out of that live looking completely untouched. Blueface looked surrounded by possible consequences. Karlissa looked like she was both defending him and exposing the mess. Ashley looked like the glamorous threat nobody wanted to ignore. And Mr. Sappho looked like he came to dinner but accidentally became a headline. The internet loves that kind of confusion because it gives every viewer a different villain, a different victim, and a different theory. Some people saw Karlissa as honest, some saw her as messy, and some just wanted to know why a pregnancy discussion turned into a family tree debate. The future impact is where things get even more dangerous. Because if any baby is confirmed to be Blueface's, everything said on that live will come back like a boomerang with receipts attached. Every joke about timing, every side eye about DNA, every comment about who is a threat, and every suggestion about who should wait for proof will suddenly feel bigger than entertainment. That is the risk of doing family business in front of the internet. Today it is funny. Tomorrow it is evidence. And next week somebody is making a 40-minute breakdown with slow zooms. Karlissa may have been joking, but the internet saves jokes like court documents. And the strangest revelation was not just what Karlissa said, but how much uncertainty still remained after she said it. She did not fully shut the rumors down. She did not crown one woman as the clear truth teller, and she did not give Blueface an easy escape route. Instead, she left the audience with the idea that everybody has to wait. The babies have to arrive, and the truth may not be cute when it finally shows up. That is not a conclusion. That is a ticking clock, because nothing makes the internet more restless than a scandal with missing DNA, shifting alliances, and too many people talking at once. So now the story sits in that dangerous space where nobody has the full answer, but everybody has a microphone. Karlissa's live gave enough comedy to go viral, enough suspicion to keep fans arguing, and enough family mess to make the whole situation feel bigger than one pregnancy rumor. Blueface's baby mama drama did not calm down after this. It got weirder, louder, and more unpredictable. And if Ashley really is the threat, if Nah really is feeling the pressure, and if the DNA questions keep circling, then the next chapter might not just expose the truth. It might expose who was pretending not to know it all along. Now listen, if your head is spinning after Karlissa turned one baby mama update into a DNA mystery, Ashley threat report AI, receipt debate, and Mr. Sappho family tree roast, go ahead and smash that like button like it owes you back child support. Because this was not a normal live. This was a full internet emergency with anti-commentary, husband shade, pregnancy confusion, and enough side eyes to fill a Zeus reunion couch. Drop your thoughts in the comments and tell me who you think came out looking the messiest. Because baby, everybody left fingerprints on this circus tent, and make sure you subscribe to Secret Scoop. Because the way this story is moving, the next update might come with a DNA envelope, a new baby mama, Another Ashley mention at Karlissa, yelling from a moving car like she is narrating the book of Blueface. Turn on those notifications before the internet courtroom reconvenes, because when this family starts talking, receipts fall out the ceiling. Jokes turn into headlines, and somebody always says too much before dinner. This is Secret Scoop, where the drama gets weird, the truth gets louder, and the mess never clocks out.